Well, I'm in my early to mid 40s. My birthday is in a week, and something interesting is happening at this birthday. I am no longer angry at my parents. I never thought I'd get that. When you're young and you're so angry over the depredations and the abuse, you talk to people and they say, "Oh, well, your parents, they did the best they could. You need to forgive them." And you're like, "Fuck you." But I think I'm about as close to that as I've ever been. I mean, shit, man. It's not that depredations didn't happen. They did happen. Those terrible things did happen. I was choked. I was beaten. I was abandoned. My stepmother, I couldn't believe some of the shit that came out of her mouth. I mean, whoa, she had a mean streak. But they all did. They were all cruel at times. But I haven't seen my parents in 10 or 11 years. I I'm grown. I'm sober. I'm clean. I'm not chasing women trying to get mommy to love me or mommy to leave me or mommy come back, all that. All my relationships were just mother issues playing out. So I don't do that anymore. I'm fairly comfortable with it. There's only a couple hours of the day that I feel like I want a girlfriend or something, but the rest of the time I'm okay just being me. I'll be more okay being me after I get my hair cut today. This is ridiculous. I look like I don't know, something. But I'm not mad at my parents anymore, man. It just it just doesn't matter anymore. I'm not saying that well, here's what I'm saying. Like I needed a couple decades to react to my childhood, my adolescence. My aunt, who's a very famous uh, child therapist, said something about using your 20s to react to your childhood. But see, I used my 20s and my 30s to react to my childhood. I guess it took me a lot longer. I was upset, but I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to smoke marijuana anymore. I don't want to hang out in places where those things are happening. I think I was just as addicted to women as I was to the dope because women changed the way I felt. And I thought that because my mother didn't love me, I could get women to love me and that would suffice. That would compensate. But it didn't. I mean, I guess it was healing in its own way, even though it was codependent as hell. But I just don't want to live like that anymore. My life is very mellow now. It's chill. It's mundane. I'm not on stage. I'm not touring. I'm not doing all kinds of fantastic shit, but I am doing fantastic shit because I'm healthy. I get my labs done on a regular basis. I go to the gym pretty regularly, not as much as I'd like, but often. All my needs are provided for. There's no drama. But I just wanted to say that about my parents because I really was upset. They were sick. My dad was raised by a World War II vet who drank his whole life and caroused with the women. My dad had to enlist in the army during Vietnam. And that experience was unbelievably bad for him. Changed his whole life. Uh, my mother had a very bad childhood, and she worked her ass off and hustled and had desperate emotional and psychological problems that she just couldn't do anything about. I guess. I don't know. I didn't know her that well. I wanted to know her, but she wasn't really available. I think the only people that knew my mother were her drinking buddies and her dogs, her hangers on. Uh, the stepmother was a stepmother. She wasn't really. She was in it to win it during the 1980s, but she wasn't really down with the baby mama drama and the realities of being a step parent, dealing with someone else's children. So it just didn't work out. And I was mad. But I'm not mad now. And I think the reason I'm not mad now is because I've taken the time to heal, to read, to research, to grow. Getting off drugs and alcohol was a big step. All the mental health care that I do in terms of therapy and support groups, that's important. And I talk to people on a regular basis. I'm not saying I don't love these people. They could be enormously delightful when they were in the mood. But they were tortured souls. And I think I'm a tortured soul. But I don't want to live like a tortured soul anymore. I want to live like I want to reach for wellness instead of staying pissed off my whole life. I just don't want to do it anymore. So I just thought I'd add that as a comment. They did the best they could, and some kids don't even get it half as good as I had it. So, feelings are legitimate. You have a right to feel what you feel. But don't be surprised if how you feel changes over time. That's probably a sign of growth. Anyway, that's all I got for now.